Hello and good morning.
Hello, hello. Good morning, Carrie.
Welcome to This Is Not Therapy.
So nice to be here with all of you
Sure
and you.
is. Yeah, same girl.
Cheers with our
Oh,
scooters
yes.
on this
Cheers, my
chilly,
dears.
chilly day.
Yes, it is nice and cozy in here. We are bundled up with blankets,
Candle.
coffee, we got candle.
We are
Everything is
braving it
all right in the world in this very moment, right here.
right here, right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is your unfiltered moment today?
Yeah. So I don't know if you know this about me, but I'm a little bit of a choir geek.
A choir geek?
Yeah. Did you know that?
Sing?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
gosh.
So on Monday, I tried out for a choir.
Oh, I love this so much. Okay, tell us more. Tell
Yes.
everybody more.
Yes. So in high school and college, I was a part of a couple of really good choirs. And it was just a big part of my life for a long time.
Wow.
So the vulnerable part of this is in college, there was a group that I wanted to join and I tried out for it.
Mhm.
I didn't make it. And the director was like, it just didn't work out this time. We didn't have, just too many soprano twos that were very talented, whatever. Like, try out again next year for sure. Like, I'll have a space for you.
Mhm.
So I try out again next year. I didn't make it.
Oh.
She had me come for a second
It's
audition.
heartbreaking, yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I'm going to practice a lot. Like, I'm going to make it. And then the second time, I didn't make it. I don't know if people can relate. I mean, I guess anybody can relate to having a hobby and then not getting to do it. But it was just such a big part of my life and almost a part of my identity in some ways. I would sing at like a few weddings and funerals and just it took up a lot of my time in high school and in college and I loved it. Really good outlet. Probably such a good coping skill because of the vagus nerve when you sing, right?
Yes. Tell our
Yes.
friends that This Is Not Therapy more about that.
Okay, I don't know if I can speak intelligently about it, but isn't there something about the way that like air moves through your body to be able to support your voice when you're singing that helps
Mhm.
tickle your vagus nerve?
Yeah.
Wrong.
Stimulate for sure.
Stimulate.
It stimulates our
Of course.
vagus nerve, singing. And so
Yeah.
it's recommended when you feel
Mhm.
upset, overwhelmed, down, to sing in your car, to
Yeah.
sing in the shower,
Or even
to sing
humming,
at home.
right?
Yeah, humming too.
Yes.
Mhm.
So anyway, back to my vulnerability. I didn't make it and it was really heartbreaking.
Mm.
And actually, you know what? Even on top of that, my sister did. Katrina made the group. Katrina made the group and I was so happy for her and like heartbroken
That's
for
tough.
me. And it was going to be like this thing we could do together, bonding. And they got to take really cool trips and things like that. So yeah, it was something that I lost. And I think I'll talk about this later, but me now realizes I could have tried out for different singing groups. I could have sought
Mhm.
something out. It wasn't this or nothing. So, back to present day, I'm realizing I've come a long way in that I was really nervous for this audition in part because of like my most recent
Yeah.
experience in college of trying out and not making it. And I did
That
all
was
the things.
internalized.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did all the things. I did the power poses before I went in. I was well rehearsed. And still, when I got in there, I was really nervous.
Of course you
So,
would be. Yeah.
yeah, I don't know if I made it or not. I'll find out in like a week.
This is
I know. I
Oh
have no
my
idea.
gosh. Tune in.
Right.
Tune in for next time.
But here's the thing where I'm feeling really good about growth is like I was telling my husband, you know what? I'm feeling like if I don't make it, he said I could try out again in the fall. So there's another opportunity.
Mhm.
And if I don't, I'm just going to take some voice lessons. I've never actually done that, like just with my choir directors, done practices and one-on-ones, but like I'm going to actually go seek out some voice lessons so I can still like I can control that. It's not
Mhm.
in somebody else's hands if I get to sing or not. And I'm gonna do my best to make it next time if I don't this time. So
That
we'll
is
see.
so beautiful.
Thank
So,
you.
what can I take into my hands? What do I have agency in?
Yes.
And there are other places that I can seek out.
Mhm.
I can write a different story this time.
Yeah.
This doesn't mean anything about me or
That's
my
right.
personal failings or success.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you.
Mhm.
So I'm excited.
Well, I'm so glad that you
Yeah,
shared this
thank
because
you.
it is really vulnerable
Yeah.
and it's so beautiful. I talk to so many people about this often. It comes from Brene Brown, and she talks about oftentimes people are really afraid to talk about something they're really excited about, so they hold it in. But
Mm-hmm.
then when you do make it, you don't have as many people to celebrate with.
True.
And then
True.
if you don't have those people
Like
to
catch you.
that know,
Yeah.
oh, this was so important to you
Yeah.
and yeah, to be there for you. So it's really
Absolutely.
beautiful to
Yeah.
share.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah,
So stay
can't wait
tuned.
to hear.
Well, what about you, ma'am?
Gosh, my unfiltered moment. It's like a moment of gratitude. So I'm
Mm.
so grateful for you, Carrie.
Aw.
And
Mm.
I was reflecting on an episode where we talked about community and friendships. And I think I was talking to somebody recently about building relationships when you're older.
Mhm.
And I was telling them, you know what? Like, one day you could meet a person that you don't even know for that long, and they could become a really special person in your life. So it doesn't need to be people that you
Aw.
have known for a really long time. So to continue being vulnerable, to put yourself out
So
there,
true.
meeting new people and like the walking club and all these, because you never know.
Right.
Because I don't know, we mentioned this in one of our first episodes
Yeah.
that Carrie and I just met last year, but what
Yeah.
a
We're newer
year.
friends.
Oh my
Like,
gosh,
I think it
very
was
new
March.
friends. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're not even on a year yet.
Right. Oh my God. We're about to celebrate our anniversary.
Yeah.
Our messages and like, when did I first send you that really thoughtful
Yeah.
message that I needed to come see your space and meet you?
Yeah. So I am so grateful that you're in my
Oh,
life, Carrie.
thank you so much. Cheers, girl. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, it is hard to meet friends at a, I almost said advanced age. I'm thinking back to pregnancy, those terrible terms, advanced maternal age.
Mm,
But as an adult, absolutely. So, yeah, I mean, if it wouldn't have been both of us in a space where we felt open
hmm
and like willing to try something new and get to know each other, sometimes it's a one-sided thing. One person wants something and then the other
Yeah.
person isn't in a place to be down for the relationship. But we lucked out. We were both ready for something new. So, yeah, grateful for you too. Absolutely. Love it. Today, we're going to talk about negative self talk.
Yeah.
And that actually ties in pretty well with my unfiltered moment, come to think of it.
hmm
So, negative self talk, when I say that, what comes up for you? What do you think about? What's your kind of automatic?
Any thoughts that come from a place of really internalized shame that we have been battling for a really long time? Those that like dark thoughts that we have within
Yeah.
us. I thought about that when you talked about your unfiltered moment, and then going into this, I
Hmm.
wonder when you were doing your power pose,
Yeah.
when you were doing all these things, if you feel comfortable sharing, what were
Yeah.
some scary thoughts that came up for you?
I'm not going to be good enough. I
Mm-hmm.
haven't done this in a really long time. I'm going to be not confident. My voice is going to be really out of shape. I'm not going to be as good as other people that are trying out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that whole thing. So, yeah, in those power poses, the like 2 minutes I had before my audition started, it was a 10-minute audition. So it was like, like, gotta get in and out.
Wow.
I did my poses and looked myself in the eye. And I think I said, like, I am confident. I am ready.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think those are such common ones. Those I
Mhm.
am negative
Yeah.
thoughts, those
Yep.
core negative beliefs that go to there must be something wrong with me.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Or I'm not worthy.
Yep. Yep.
hmm
So I think that, in college, not making the group, some of the thoughts that were coming are, I am not good enough. There's other people that deserve to be here more than me. And
hmm
then, especially when that attaches to your identity,
Yeah.
it's like, this was so important to me and like a part of who I am. Yeah, it feels so dramatic to say, but almost like losing a limb. It's
hmm
like, oh, if I'm not that, then
What am I?
what am I? Yeah, something is missing. And I've been a person too where when people talk about, I don't know, when you're freshly getting to know somebody and you talk about like hobbies, what do you like to do? That's been a really hard question for me to answer. And I would find myself saying like, well, I really like to sing. And then thinking like, is that actually a hobby? Is that like a good enough thing to say? Is that like valuable?
Mm.
I don't know. For some reason, like
Mhm.
it's not
So
something.
more of the, is this enough?
Yeah.
Is this enough of a valuable hobby? Am I good enough to name that as something
Yeah.
I'm
As
interested
mine.
in?
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
so more about enoughness. I think
Uh-huh.
that one is such a common one, and I think that's why we're both drawn to working with
Hmm.
clients that
Absolutely.
because we've been doing so much of our own personal work
Yeah.
around that in our lives
Yeah.
and then helping guide clients around that. And just because we've been doing that work, it doesn't mean that stuff doesn't creep up.
Right. Right.
It creeps up. For
Yeah.
me, it creeps up on here, like, all the
Yeah.
time. Like, "Oh, do I know enough to be doing
Right.
this?"
Can
Like,
I speak to that topic with enough intelligence? And yeah, what if somebody calls me out that
yeah.
that's not exactly how it is or knows
Yeah,
more? Yeah, that's
exactly.
true. That's
Yeah.
so
Am I
true.
wise enough? Am I smart enough? Am I
Uh-huh.
good enough? Yeah, it all
Uh-huh.
goes back to that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I was actually thinking we recently talked about EMDR and
Yeah.
I'm thinking, gosh, that would have been really helpful for me around the singing stuff. Like
Mhm. Oh, I've
maybe
done
I need to
it.
do
I've
that.
done it with people around performance for sure
Smart.
when they are in really similar
Okay.
situations.
Okay.
Something really similar when, as an adult now, they're getting out there, but they have that internalized negative thought that got stuck because of
Okay.
a negative experience like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
So it could be beneficial.
Yep.
Maybe I'm just going to make that declaration here. You can all hold me accountable.
Mhm.
If I don't make the group, if I don't get into the choir, then I'm going to take voice lessons
And
and I'm
do
going to
some
do a session or
EMDR.
two around in
Mhm.
EMDR around this.
Mhm.
Yeah. Cause I really want to experience that.
Yeah.
And now I've got like a thing.
Mhm.
Not that you
Yeah.
always need a reason specifically to go to therapy. We talk a lot about that, but
Yep.
yeah,
Or
I have
EMDR.
something.
So if we think about that idea of enoughness, right? If we were to work with that negative thought, if we had
Hmm.
someone that came into therapy and said, and I feel like people actually wouldn't say that. They would come in with something like, I didn't make it
Hmm.
into the choir. And then
Hmm.
we would dig down after a few
What's
sessions
that
or
all
within
about?
that first session. What's that all about? Oh, there's that enough,
Yeah.
that wound. Maybe it's an origin wound
Worthiness.
of
Yeah.
I'm not enough. And then how do we work with that?
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah.
I remember in my early days working in-home family therapy as a brand new, not even licensed person yet, doing some of the hardest work ever, and you have the
Mhm.
least amount of experience. How messed up is that? They just throw you to the wolves.
It's real.
But
Mhm.
it's baptism by fire. Like you learn a lot. I remember feeling like imposter syndrome and like, okay, I need to arrive at this client's house with some activities, with some
Oh,
specific
yeah.
CBT
Every
activities.
every new therapist has a whole prepared plan
Oh
of
my
all
God.
the activities and tools
Yes.
and
All the
worksheets.
workbooks. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And
Mhm.
some games. One of them was about automatic negative thoughts, and they called it ANTS, which I thought was kind of brilliant little acronym
Yeah.
because it
Easy to
talks about,
remember.
yeah, how do you stomp out these ants? Automatic negative thoughts. So the ant eaters,
Mhm.
now I got to try to remember what some of that stuff is. Like first realizing, yeah, what is that origin wound or what is that negative thought you're telling yourself?
Mhm.
Right. And then maybe finding like an anecdote for it.
Mhm.
Okay. So instead of, I am not worthy, I am not good enough for the group, it might be, you do this for me. It's too hard for me to do to myself. What could it be?
Aw.
Yeah.
Mhm. So I'm not good enough for the group. I'm not worthy enough
Yeah.
for the group. So what are we looking for? We're looking.
How do we reframe it? How do we like not believe, like give it a different angle? Yeah, maybe I don't make the group.
Mhm.
I really might not. Not that I'm not worthy, but it's not about who I am, but maybe it's more about like objectively, I didn't have enough time to prepare. Like I decided at Christmas I was going to do this.
Mm.
And then I auditioned, less than a month after that. I needed more time to prepare. I
Mhm.
needed to go to EMDR to take care of this worthiness wound.
Mhm.
Yeah, some positive reframes, I guess. Okay, so part of the anteater exercise is identifying like the validity of these thoughts. Is
Mhm.
that actually true? Is that 100% true that you are not good enough?
Mhm.
You are not worthy. Well, I could look back, I could challenge myself, challenge that automatic negative thought and think, okay, then why did I get that solo that one time? Why did I win that competition?
Mm.
Why was I invited to be a part of that small group? Like,
Yeah.
those are all true things.
It's such a common thing that I share with clients is nobody is born unworthy.
Mm, love that.
We go through society and culture and relationships and all kinds of things that make us feel that way. But that is not the reality. It's all of these things that are then put on us, like what is a worthy person or what is a good person or what is a successful person. All of that is
Mhm.
placed on us, but that is not the reality. We are worthy just as we are as humans. So we need to do that internal work to recognize and to truly believe I am worthy just as
Yeah.
I am. So that could be another one to add in there. Like, here are all the examples of times that I did make it
Hmm.
or I reached that goal, but also just at the core base of it all, I
Right.
am worthy just as I am.
Just, yeah,
Mhm.
by being a human.
And
It's a
repeating
good
that
point.
to yourself, even if you don't believe it. I say fake it till you make
Hmm.
it.
Hmm.
Like, I am worthy. I am worthy just as I am. I am worthy
Right.
just as a human. I am worthy of taking up space, of being here.
Right.
Yeah.
I remember thinking back on those in home days and working with kids mostly with their automatic negative thoughts, thinking about having them either say the thought out loud or think it in their head and do like a scribble drawing, just like physically get it out on paper.
Mm-hmm.
You might write it down and then tear it up into smithereens or
Or
burn
burn
it.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
burn it
Mm-hmm.
down. But I think a lot of it is really about externalizing, like just naming it. Like, to be honest, it even felt really good to just say that in here. Like, it's
Yeah.
not living in my body anymore. Like, you're helping to hold it. Y'all are helping to hold
Yeah.
it. It's in this space. It is not just mine to carry and own and like suffer with, you know?
Yeah. And another thing that Brene Brown talks about is that shame loves secrets. So if we
Right.
keep that like, oh,
Yep.
if we kept it a secret, oh, I didn't make it. I'm not good enough.
Yep.
I'm horrible at this. I couldn't hack it. If
Yep.
we keep it a secret, then it just, if
It
you were to
grows.
imagine it in a petri dish
Yeah.
and pour secrets on it, oh my gosh, it would grow and grow and grow
Yeah.
versus if you put compassion on it.
Mm-mm.
So you tell someone safe
Yeah.
and they hold it with you, they're in it with you,
Yeah.
they remind you of these things. You're coming up with this plan for future and then taking care of yourself through it. That can be so powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're really dissolving it. We're cleaning it up, making
Yeah.
it disappear.
Oh, I
Yeah.
love that example. Yeah, I actually do feel lighter, like just having it out.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. This is not
So thank
therapy, but this can be therapeutic.
therapeutic. It is a safe space. Absolutely.
Mhm.
So automatic negative thoughts, where do you think these come from? Like that
I
was a traumatic experience that brought that on for me, I guess. But
Mhm. That, yeah.
what
So
other
it can
things?
come from something like that. Like we've talked about many times before, it can come from family relationships or
Mhm.
earlier relationships in our lives, might not even be family or earlier experiences, all kinds of things that we might have learned.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I remember learning once and just finding this fascinating. And then as a parent, feeling the weight of
Yeah.
this, that our attachment figures, those that are closest to us, that are in charge of caring for us, the way that they speak to us
Yeah.
as children, we don't have internal voices to begin with.
Mm.
We take on their voices,
And it
become
becomes our
ours.
self talk.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. Like that
Hmm.
just makes me have so much compassion for everybody in the world,
Yeah.
you know?
Mm.
And also like, oh my gosh, yeah, parenting, caregiving is a really big responsibility.
Yeah. Well, I just heard this beautiful example and I loved it, and I'm going to share it with clients in the future. Is taking a sheet of paper, splitting it down the middle, and writing down they said and I said.
Mm.
Isn't that powerful?
Already.
What did you
Yes.
guys do?
Yes. Same.
They said and I said. So take a piece of paper, split it down the middle,
Mm.
and then write down all of those things that they said. So
Mm.
big girls don't cry. Like, only adults are allowed to speak.
Oh, sure.
Um,
Sure.
or just like any kind of,
Pull yourself up by your bootstraps.
yeah, or you suck, right? Like,
Mhm. You're not good enough.
yeah, you're not good enough. Where does that come from? Yeah, they said versus I said. And when you think about those things, how would you actually speak to your own child
Mhm.
or to a friend or to someone else? Like, what would you say? And it doesn't have to be like exact
Yep.
reframes to those things, but like, what is the way that you want to speak to others and yourself? And that they said we want to get rid of,
Yeah.
erase. Mhm.
Yeah, I'm thinking like, "You deserve this.
Yeah,
You get to be happy.
yeah.
You are in charge of your body. You
Mhm.
get to choose."
All bodies are good bodies
Mhm.
versus maybe what we've learned that only small bodies are good
Uh-huh.
bodies
Uh-huh.
or that are, beauty is dependent on that.
Yep. You are smart enough. You are
Yeah.
good enough. You are capable.
Mhm.
That's a worthwhile dream. Like, go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are the things that all of us need to hear?
Yeah. It's okay to take risks.
It's
It's
okay to cry.
yeah.
It's
It's
okay to
okay to
be
make a
mad.
mistake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Mhm.
All of our inner work is happening.
Mhm.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. And then as I'm talking about this, I think what would be really powerful than to rip off that one side of they said and to burn that.
Mhm.
Release it, let it go. Like,
Mhm.
this doesn't serve me anymore.
Yeah.
I talk to many clients about it being old software, like this is old software,
Mhm.
this is old programming.
Yeah.
And something like, well, you just need to update our software.
Yeah.
And our updated software are
Oh,
these new things. Like that is you're running on that old iOS.
yeah. That's a great metaphor.
Mhm.
Yeah. And just think about that metaphor. Like, if that's really true, you haven't updated your iPhone software, you're not going to be able to use all of the current features that you
Yeah.
want to. Like, you're not evolving. You're not able to be like your highest, fullest, best self,
Yeah.
right? Because
Mhm.
it's dragging you down. Things are working slowly. Some functions aren't even working at all.
Mhm.
Yeah. I love
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
What are some other tools they use with clients around negative self-talk?
I think we've kind of touched on this in the past, but it has me thinking about I've asked clients to bring in a picture of themselves when they were
Mhm.
younger. And then first it's identifying what those automatic negative self talk is. And then the next time they bring that
So many
photo in,
people want around like body image too
yeah,
and self-image.
would you
Mhm.
say that to her?
Mm.
And like asking the client to tell that little girl that they see
Oh,
in that photo, you're not good
like
enough.
you're
You're
ugly.
fat.
Yeah.
You're not
Mhm.
smart enough. That's too big of a dream for you, whatever it is.
Oh my gosh, that's heartbreaking. Yeah.
Right?
Mhm.
But, like, usually we can find a picture of ourselves at a time where we feel some compassion for that little person or, "Oh god, I was so cute there." And then it's like, "Well, she's still alive and well inside of
Mhm.
you, so don't you dare talk to yourself that way. Like, she's in
Mhm.
there. Don't talk to her that way." Like, what
Yeah.
does she need to hear instead?
Yeah.
What does she really need to hear? Like, let's tell her that.
So that internal parts work.
Yeah,
Yeah. Mhm.
absolutely.
I think of it also as when we have some anxieties or fears or things that are holding us back. I work with people on talking to that younger part, like maybe it's protective. So when
Mhm.
we are afraid of taking a risk or we're afraid of doing something, or we're afraid something terrible is going to happen,
Mhm.
it's actually that little girl that's afraid, that little part in
Mhm.
you and of course she is, because up until now, she had to protect you, or up until, you were in your teens, she had to protect you. Like those behaviors that were done at that time, like walking on eggshells or not
Yep.
putting yourself fully out there, all these things were survival. They were happening for a
Yes.
reason, but they don't need to happen anymore. They were helpful then. They're
Yep.
not helpful now.
Yep.
And so she's just trying to protect you. She's afraid if you take that risk, you're going to be seen, you're going to be
Yep.
found out, horrible things are going to happen. And so, how do we soothe her and let her know
Yeah.
it's
I've got you.
okay? I've
Mhm.
got you.
Mhm.
Like, I've come to a place where, like, we can do this. You
Right.
go and watch your comfort shows, and
Yeah.
I've got us. I'm going to
Yep.
take care of us
Oh my
and
gosh. I
we will
love
be
that.
okay. And if it doesn't work out, then
Yep.
I've got us. We'll pick
Yep.
ourselves back up. We've
That's
got
right.
resources and supports.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And I think going back to like telling people the vulnerable things then, so you do have those resources. So you do have those
Yeah. So you're
support
not in it
people.
alone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
community.
Another one that we talked about that we both do and share comes from narrative therapy and is naming or drying out that thing, that part, or
Right.
that negative self talk.
Right.
So, how have you used that?
I guess like from kind of a narrative perspective, it might be like, okay, well, that was the old story, kind of like the
Hmm.
old programming, but like what was the story back then? Okay, I had to walk on eggshells because you had an alcoholic parent, or I don't know, there was tension in the house or whatever. Okay, so that was little you back then. Now let's fast forward. That was chapter 2. Now we're in chapter 22. Like, same scenario. You are the author. Like,
It's
you
beautiful.
are the author of your story. So, how do you want to show up now? And even it's kind of back to the fake it till you make it, even if it's not true yet, speaking it into reality that, like, when I encounter scenarios like this that make me feel like I have to walk on eggshells, like I did in the past, I remind myself that I am worthy, I am safe, I can state my piece, my feelings are important, and I bravely speak my truth. And then I go to my safe people and tell them the hard thing I just did and get the support that I need and the validation that I'm worthwhile, sharing my thoughts and feelings, even if it wasn't always safe to do so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's like a rewriting of that chapter,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah, we're
And
showing
update
our
it.
bodies it's safe now. It's okay.
Hmm.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. What about for you? Anything that's coming up?
Well, one thing that, and I think this is, we're all over with different approaches, but I think
Hmm.
this comes from acceptance commitment therapy.
Sure.
But I've done this with someone once where they had just a negative thought that was stuck on loop, on
Hmm.
repeat. I told them to imagine it playing on a record player.
Okay.
So it's this thought. So, like, I suck or I'm not good enough. And it's just playing on a record player. But then imagine putting on different records of different genres. So,
Oh.
and so this goes along with your singing. So
We're back at it. I love it. Full
we
circle.
are, yeah, we are just
Yep.
looping around. So in different genres, so like in country, in
Yep.
pop, in rock, in
Yep.
all of these for that record to play the song of I'm Not Good Enough. So like a
Just to
sad
mix it up.
country song of like, oh, well. Yeah. And what the benefit of that is that first it externalizes it
Okay.
and it removes the power.
Yeah.
It externalizes it, it removes its power, it brings in some humor. There's so much value to it of
Hmm.
not feeling like it's just this like, and it provides that distance so it doesn't feel so stuck and so real.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. I'm also thinking like with a record, you very intentionally have to go put the record
Mm-hmm.
on the record player and play it for the 3 minutes the song is or
Yeah.
whatever. Like you also have the power to take the record off of that record
Mm-hmm.
player and like, okay, we're putting that away now.
Yeah.
Like
Mm-hmm.
we're done. We got to feel that and now we're done with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a great one.
Yeah. Or we can think about, so sometimes I do this with anxiety, but it often, or perfectionism, but it often contributes to negative thoughts, is to think about what if it was like an entity, if it was a
Hmm.
monster, or if
Hmm.
it was like a person or being. And one time someone said Miss Umbridge from Harry Potter.
There you go. Love it.
Yeah, just a meanie
Uh-huh.
lady, and she's
Uh-huh.
saying these things. So that's another great way of externalizing.
Yes.
So it can feel like something else is saying these things to you, or, a bully, or a mean girl, or, some people have even called it like that bitchy part.
Hmm.
Um, and so we can externalize it as that, as somebody like that
Hmm.
saying those things to you, and what we want to say back to it, or
Yeah.
how we want to set some limits with them or
Yes.
boundaries.
Oh, I love that you bring
Mm-hmm.
that up. Yeah, oftentimes in my practice, I feel like it comes up around, yeah, anxiety or depression or imposter syndrome,
Mm-hmm.
right? Usually my clients, we get on this track of like, okay, what's the ugliest name you can think of. Or just like a name that really just like doesn't sit well with you. Well, yeah, she's coming. Yep, here she comes again. Like she has this stuff to say. Do we want to argue with her? I like to describe it as this is a veil that's coming over you. This isn't actually your true essence. This isn't you deep inside. It's this veil, or it's these like glasses that you're seeing life through. And once we can take off those glasses, okay, there goes the anxious feelings, the depression, the not good enough, the imposter syndrome, and just realizing it's different than who you are.
Yeah. And that's where it can sometimes go into, did anybody ever speak to you that way?
And usually you can identify way back if it was a teacher, an authority figure, a parent, a grandparent, a auntie, whatever.
Where did that come from? We weren't just born with that.
Right.
Yeah. The other thought that just popped into my mind is I thought of this when I was gardening a couple years ago. We purchased this house a few years ago, and there were already some things planted in the garden, and there were also some weeds growing in there. And it made me think of in our life, deciding what we want to keep and what we want to pull out. So, the previous homeowner planted certain flowers in there and hostas, and then there were some weeds. So I thought about it as all of these things that have been internalized in our life. And so some people in our life that we come across might plant certain thoughts or,
in your
ways,
garden.
Yeah, ways of seeing the world in our garden. And we don't know because we're just growing up. So we don't actually know as we're developing and as we're getting to know the world ourselves, what is a weed and what feels pretty to us, what feels ugly to us. Until then, you get to decide now what you want in your garden.
Right. Yeah. And I think that whole phrase of like, you can't see the forest for the trees, like whatever you have grown up with or experienced from a very young age, I think it's really common to not realize that like, oh, wait a minute, not everybody feels that way, or not everybody has this
Not
understanding.
every family responds in this way.
Yeah. Oh, there are more choices than just hostas. I thought that was my only shade.
Yeah.
Like, actually, there's a whole host of options out here. But in your garden, this is what was placed here, and we need to go out and explore, and we need to go to the nursery and like make some choices for ourselves.
Yeah.
And some stuff is beautiful that you want to keep, but like having the choice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great metaphor. I'm going to use that. I like that.
Yeah. I would like to, in my own life, what I like to do is I like to incorporate some art, and sometimes I would maybe do that with clients, having them to do that in their free time if they're interested, but creating some art around that. So, whether it's collage or whether it's drawing or painting, creating some art around, what you want your garden to be filled with, what you want it to look like, and then by those plants, maybe writing down those values or thoughts or, what it stands for, what it represents.
That's really empowering. Like I get to choose,
I get to create my own beautiful garden.
Instead of just accepting this is the way things are. This is the family I was born into. This is the scenario I was born into. Yeah.
Yeah.
So good stuff today.
Yeah. Any other tools, tips?
I think that covers it for now. Yeah. You've given me a lot to think about too. Things I can bring into my own practice.
Same. Yeah. And we always want to name that we do come from a place of privilege.
Absolutely.
So if any of this doesn't feel doable or manageable, this is not
take
a
what's
requirement
helpful and leave the rest. Absolutely. I'm glad you brought that up. Yeah.
This is not therapy. Also.
That's right. Take good care of yourselves. Bye-bye.
Thanks for hanging with us on This Is Not Therapy. If you enjoyed today's conversation, come back next time for more real talk, unfiltered moments, and maybe a little bit of laughter. Until then, take care of yourself, and don't forget, this is not